Hello Internet Video Viewing World, and welcome to another Extreme PC Reviews video. And today I'm reviewing the GMC H-80. And at the top of the case we have a power button, reset switch, we have a display that has the power and hard drive activity, and we have a temperature display. And below that we have external serial ATA, we have two USB, we have headphone, microphone, two more USB, these are USB 2.0, and we have a knockout for 1394 or Firewire. And there are three external 5 1/4 inch drive bays, two of which have a drive cover. Hit that button and your drive bay will slide out. Same thing with this one, and this one you actually have to remove. Down below here is a shield or a cover for if you have a floppy drive and you don't want anyone to see, or if you have a card reader or whatever. Fan controller, just press down on that and it is hidden behind here. And below that we have a 120mm fan, and that's ventilated from the side, but if you push down on the bottom here, you can open it up, and it is a red LED fan with a dust filter. And at the top it has a 120mm fan, and I'll get the specs on these fans here in a minute. And on the side it has some ventilation up front, and it has a large 250mm LED lighted fan. And let's turn this case around and look at the back. On the back at the top there is a 120mm fan. IO shield plate goes here. There are two grommeted holes for tubes, wires, or whatever to pass through. Ventilation, 7 expansion slots, a bottom mounted power supply goes here, standard ATX power supply. It has a dust filter on the inside, and on each side panel there are 2 thumb screws. And right here you can put an optional lock to help secure the case. And let's open it up and check out the inside. And here's a closer look at that 250mm fan. Like I said, there is a dust filter. There are 6 red LEDs on this fan. And if you didn't want to house the fan, you can remove it, or you could also put on 4 here, 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 and here. You could put 4 120mm fans. And on the inside, at the bottom, here's a closer look at where the power supply goes. It rests on 4 rubber mounts for anti-vibration. Here's a dust filter, and removes fairly easy. Let's remove this. Just pops out. Pops out for easy removal. There's another, you can mount a fan here, and it has a dust filter on this fan as well, intake. And here's the hard drive cage. And you can put 4 or 5 hard drives in here. See here. Oh, you can probably fit 5 in here. And there's room in the back for the cables to pass through. And this also, with removing 1 thumb screw, it also removes, and let me do this with the other hand. Just press down on this little lever right here, slides right on out. So you can mount the hard drives in there and then put it back. Or you can mount the hard drive in here and remove this. And there's some instructions on how to mount the hard drive, optical drive, floppy, or fan controller, whatever. Here's a closer look at the inside of the 5.5 or 5 1/4 inch drive bays. And I'll remove this to show you what's on the inside. There are 4 cable management holes placed really well on the case. Also on the motherboard up here, there's a cutout in the motherboard tray to mount your CPU cooler. There are many punch outs on the motherboard tray so you can tie cables to on the back side. And there's a couple 6 already installed standoffs. And there is plenty of room behind here to run your cables, by the way. What's nice about this top fan is it is raised up so that you'll have plenty of room when you're running a cable behind here. If you want to loop it around, like your 4 8-pin CPU power, you can loop it around and plug it in and not worry about the fan getting in the way. And let's remove the front bezel, and I'll show you what else comes with this case. Alright, with the front bezel removed, let's get in some light here. Get a user manual. You get drive rails. You get a bag of screws, standoffs, and washers. Get a speaker. And you get a 4-pin extension cable, along with several cable ties. And the specifications on this case, the size is 200 by 480 by 495 millimeter. This is the H-80, and the H stands for high airflow. And the top fan is 1000 RPM. The rear fan is 1000 RPM. The front fan is 1200 RPM. And those are all 120 millimeter fans, 120 by 120 by 25 millimeter. And the side fan, the 250 millimeter side fan, is 600 RPM. And that measures in at 250 by 250 by 30 millimeter. And there is plenty of room in this case for new video cards. And there's plenty of room as well for CPU coolers. And I'd like to thank you for watching the video review of the GMC H-80 mid-size tower computer case. And thank you for watching. Have a great day and more videos to follow. Thank you very much and have a good day.